Hey guys, Joker here. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about a YouTuber called miniladd and why I don't like him. So, miniladd makes gaming content on YouTube, but everyone knows him through the Vanoss crew, which is a group of YouTubers who make gaming content together. Now, these guys were literally my childhood. I used to watch them all the time as a kid. Now, the reason I'm making this video is because miniladd has been in some drama in the past, and even now, which has made me completely change my opinion on him. Miniladd has backstabbed some of his friends in the past, and recently has been in some drama where he got exposed for sending nudes or making his young fans send nudes to him, which is fucking disgusting. So yeah, here's why I don't like miniladd. So a couple years ago, people started calling the gaming community with Vanoss, Wildcat, miniladd, and so on the Vanoss crew, since Vanoss was a much bigger channel than his friends. Now apparently miniladd didn't like this, so he left the group and became more independent, which is completely fine because his channel grew significantly from it. So yeah, he left on a high note and still stayed in contact with his friends. Now apparently what happened back in 2019 was some of the Vanoss crew, who live in different states and countries by the way, met up, and apparently Terrorizer was in a car with miniladd and started to have some banter with him about his car, and apparently miniladd was getting really pissed and never told Terrorizer to stop annoying him, which he should have. So the next day the group decided to get dinner together, but miniladd decides not to invite Terrorizer because of a few jokes he made the night before. Now this is incredibly childish for miniladd to do. Like, come on Craig, you're 25 years old and you can't take a couple harmless jokes. Grow the fuck up. And if Terrorizer is getting to you, you can always tell him to stop. Now the reason I make this point is because these guys live in different states and countries, so it's very rare for them to meet up in person, and seeing miniladd refuse Terrorizer to see his friends is scummy as shit. So yeah, a couple months go by and miniladd decides to start talking shit about his friends on stream.
I need to make sure I get these tight corners. I'm about to lap someone.
Fan of your work. Keep it up. The only thing I want to ask is how come you don't play with Vanoss Gaming?
Wow. Because I don't play Gmod anymore. That's all he does. Question done. I also have no idea. They're still playing Gmod? Damn. After all this time, they're still playing Gmod? I mean, they kicked me out of all their chat, so I have no idea what the hell they're doing, so... They're still... Damn! I wasn't kicked. Oh my god, alright. So, I mean, they kicked me out of all their chat, so I have no idea what the hell they're doing, so... Oh. Just to clear up any drama, I'm going off and doing my own thing. And then I saw her face! Alright. Just to clear up some shit. I wasn't kicked. All they did was play Fortnite and Gmod and then talk shit about other YouTubers. So I said, fuck that. I broke away from that group. I'm doing my own thing. I've never felt better. My community's stronger than ever. I'm pulling more views than ever. And I'm personally a lot more happy as a human.
So then Terrorizer talks about the situation on his stream.
Why not invite Mini? I'll tell you why. He doesn't play with us. He left. And then he decided on stream to badmouth myself and my friends. Well, mainly just my friends. And I didn't appreciate that. So, I don't play with the guy lately. Because he's going on his meme streams talking shit about us. It's not cool. So, that's why. Alright? He left the group to do his own thing. That's it. I don't understand why some people find it so hard to understand. He left the group. He wanted to do his own thing. We were cool with that. We respected that. But I don't get why you leave a group and then talk shit about the group. We didn't kick you out, man.
So yeah, this shows how much of an untrustworthy person miniladd is by lying, and also shows how much of a backstabber the guy is by talking shit about his friends. Anyway, another reason why I don't like this guy is because of the drama that's been going on with him this year. So miniladd got exposed for making minors send nudes to him 3 years ago. There were two girls who were fans of him, one 16 and the other 17. Now apparently this went on for months, and miniladd manipulated them into sending nudes to him by talking about his mental state, which is so disgusting.
I'm gonna show the screenshots again. This is from someone I will not name, but this is at the time where she thought she was helping Craig because she was also a victim of his manipulation, and he would use suicide attempts on, like, telling her he wanted to kill himself to keep her quiet, and she decided to share with me these screenshots, and it's a very brave thing to do. She basically was told by Craig to go to Ash, one of the other girls who came out, who dealt with way worse, to tell her about his suicide attempt, to make her feel some sort of pity, and then was saying to me, which you'll see now, just how if Ash ever came up about this, she would be the person who's responsible for killing thousands of people, because of if people found out who he was and fans who count on his videos found out about him, they would kill themselves. How much of a fucking massive ego can you have?
If you want to know more about that situation, I'll give the girl's video link in the description. So miniladd admitted to this and apologized on Twitter. However, because he knew that this was going to get him charged, he moved back to Northern Ireland where he used to live to avoid getting pressed charges, and made a whole video just lying and rambling for 4 minutes, saying the reason he moved back was to reconnect with his family and find his true self or some dumb shit.
Hi, how's it going? Hope you're doing good. First thing you probably noticed is the background. I'm back in my old studio. For those of you who've been around for a while, you know this is the place that I had before I moved to America. This is back in my parents' place. For the last month or so, you may have noticed that I've been away. I've been back at my parents' place. I moved back. I didn't move back to Northern Ireland. I wanted to come back to Northern Ireland. I went on this mental health journey. I realized that there's a lot going on in the world. And I know I just need to step away, and I know I just need to take care of myself. My mental just took a turn for the worse, and I know I needed to get back. I needed to be around the ones who I love. I wanted to work on myself, my mental health journey. I got myself into therapy for the last month, and it's been incredible. It really has.
Craig, we all know what you did, and you cannot hide forever. So yeah, that's why I don't like miniladd. The guy's nothing but a manipulator and a backstabber, and what he did to those girls was fucked up.